Hi, I'm Rabbi Yisrael Glick, and if you can give me just 2 minutes, this video will explain what's so special about the underrated day, the 12th of Tammuz, and why you should care. Under Soviet communism, spreading religion was a capital offense. The 6th Lubavitcher Rebbe, Rabbi Yosef Yitzchak Schneerson, who was in the Soviet Union, dedicated his life to strengthening active Judaism, and he refused to stand down under Soviet pressure. So he was arrested and sentenced to capital punishment. On the 12th of Tammuz in 1927, after his sentence was first reduced from capital punishment to exile, he was allowed to walk free. And from that day on, he continued to spearhead the revival of active Judaism around the world for more than 2 decades. And this commitment is inspiring, but there's a question here that we should all be asking. Almost without exception, Judaism does not require or even recommend risking one's life in order to observe the commandments. So what was the previous Rebbe thinking? He knew full well that he was literally putting his life on the line to strengthen active Judaism. Why would he make the ultimate sacrifice if it wasn't asked of him? We all make decisions. Some are based on what we believe is right, others on our personal inclinations. Now just imagine that our personal inclinations were perfectly aligned with what we know is right, what we know to be the purpose of all existence. All of our decisions would be perfectly consistent, perfectly aligned with the divine purpose. The previous Rebbe lived to make this world into a dwelling place for God, and that was the only motivating factor behind every decision he ever made. He never stopped to think whether or not he was obligated to risk his life. He simply didn't see any option other than ensuring the survival of active Judaism. His entire being was about making that happen, and he simply never considered any alternative. We are blessed to live in a time when freedom of religion is mostly a given. We don't need to risk our lives to be true to our beliefs. But there are still many challenges to our commitment to what we know is true. And on the 12th of Tammuz, the previous Rebbe reminds us that you and I have the strength to stand up for what we know we are here for.